since I'm not from the industry, Mani was Mani uncle to me. And I grew up looking at him always as Mani uncle. Uh, I remember when I was 6 or 7 years old, that time he started learning with my uncle, Ustad Zia Fariduddin Dagar. And when my father came back from America in 77, he approached my uncle to allow him to learn with my father. So he shifted to my father. And he started taking his Dhrupad lessons. And slowly, gradually, I would see that my father, maybe twice in a month or something like that, would get up one fine day in the morning and tell my mother, मैं आज मणि के घर जा रहा हूँ. And he would go at something like 9 o'clock and come back at 5:30 in the evening. So my mother and we used to wonder कि क्या चल रहा है वहाँ पर. आप लेसन 6-8 घंटे का तो लेसन हो ही नहीं सकता. 1-8 घंटे आपने किसी को कुछ समझा दिया, ठीक है. So one day I asked him कि बोला आप करते क्या है दिन भर वहाँ पर. बोले नहीं, कुछ बातें करते हैं, चर्चा करते हैं. So like that. This happened for 3-4 years. Then one day my father told me that मणि चाहता है कि वो ध्रुपद के ऊपर फिल्म बने. So I was 10 year old. I was very excited. I said, अरे वाह, आप तो हीरो बनेंगे. तो कुछ ये होगा वो होगा. My idea, at a 10-year-old was a very different thing. I had no idea about what Mani uncle was doing or what. But in those 4 years, what happened is, even though my father was a teacher to him, both these people grew very fond of each other. And I mean, they were like friends. At a level, my father was teaching, but at another level, they were sharing everything. They were sharing, I don't know what, paintings, this, that, and especially I think in this 4 years, they accumulated a lot of, and they researched. And my father used to sit over there and take out this text from 13th century, 16th century, Sangeet Sar, Sangeet Samisar, Man Kutuhal, look into them. And there would be a lot of discussion on those things, on how they are written and what is the meaning of this, how this is played. Because as you know, there are various gharanas, and each book is written. It's a consolidated thing. It's not stands for every gharana. So you have to pick out, and you have to draw out how you want to interpret it. So they interpreted all those things for 4 years. And at the end of it, then I think in '82 they went to make the Dhrupad movie, and so all of them came home, and then they left from there, and they came back after 2 months. After 2 months, when they came back, I was again excited to know what happened. So I asked my father, कहाँ गए थे? बोले फतेहपुर सिकरी गए थे, यहाँ गए थे, वहाँ गए थे. And I was looking at my father's face. He was like the happiest man alive. And I asked him, what happened? He says, नहीं, बहुत चर्चा हुई संगीत के ऊपर, बहुत अच्छा रहा. He didn't talk about कि फिल्म बनी है, या ये शॉट वहाँ पर था, वहाँ गए, फतेहपुर सिकरी में गए, वहाँ ये देखा, nothing. All that time they had only discussed music. I think they had only talked about music. They had bathed in the music, they had eaten the music. That's what it was. And then after the movie also got over, till my father was in India, he would visit Mani uncle. And then these discussions grew. From that point onward, from where they left the movie, these discussions grew. And whole lot of things, came out of it. In 1990, my father passed away. And after some time, I had to step into the music field as a performer. And I kept on talking to Mani uncle. He was a source of great, he was pushing me all the time, no, you can do it, you should do it, because I was not very sure if I can do it. Because for me, in a way, my father was everything, even though my uncle was there. And then I would, like my father, I started going to Mani uncle's house. So I would reach there about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Also, yes, I had a little, स्वार्थ था, मुझे आंटी के हाथ का सांबार खाना था. And whole day we would sit with these things. And then someday it would be, आज क्या करना है? मतलब आज महाभारत का कर्ण के बारे में डिसाइड होता है. आज जैसे पीयूष ने कहा आज पेंटिंग की बात हो रही है, आज इसकी बात हो रही है, आज he just kept on bombarding me and opening my mind about things, and so many different things at the same time that I became very, sensitive for many matters. I also had the great fortune of going around with him on the shooting of Cloud Door, uh, or going to Madras with him and doing, the editing and seeing how it is done. And what Mani Uncle had done over all these years is what he had learned from my father in the proper Guru Shishya Parampara. He sat down and he passed it on to me, and he told me that I had promised your father that I would tell you all this and that you should know all this, and that my father had made him promise that. And he showed me everything that he had learned from my father, everything that other students of my father could not tell. Maybe not because they were not in capacity or something, but he would call me and open this book and do this and do that, and so yeah, much of my journey has been fueled by Mani Uncle. And this is what the movie Drupad is all about. It is not about his teachers. It is not about because Bade Ustad was his friend or he knew him for so many years. It is about the love for that work. It is the love for that music which he was deeply interested in. Seriously, it was not some kind of a fancy for him. It was a great interest, and he gave it great thought, he gave it great time, in great indulgence, and this is what Mani Uncle was, a workman, a layman who loved to work all his life and just be there rather than show what he is or what he wants to become. There was nothing like he wanted to become anything in life, and I think in a way this gathering is very nice for him, because this will help all those other people who want to become filmmakers like him. Yeah, that's it.